Hey guys, it's Ashley with Pugs and Pearls, and today I'm excited. We have a BH Cosmetics haul. I have brushes, lips, eyes, all kinds of good stuff from BH Cosmetics. And if you're not familiar with BH Cosmetics, they are an online makeup company, and I am just a really big fan. I have bought from them throughout the years. I found out about them from YouTube, but I really like the quality of their makeup and the price. It is a very, very affordable price. They are always running sales, so you can get things kind of ranging depending on if it's on sale or not, but they're always doing something great. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about what I got. We're going to go through the haul, but I've also used all of these products, or most of them, so I can give you kind of my thoughts on them. I'm going to show you swatches as well. So we're going to go ahead and get started. So guys, first up from this kit, or from BH Cosmetics, I got this Sculpt and Blend set number 3. This is a little bit closer look at what these are. They do really, really great affordable brush sets. I want to say this was in the $20 range or under, and you get 10 pieces in this set. Now I have the Sculpt and Blend set 1. It is my ultimate favorite brush set. Again, super great for people starting out doing makeup. This one is more, I think, tailored for very precise blending and sculpting and highlighting. So I'm going to kind of talk about some of these brushes I've used. I'm going to tell you a little bit about them, and we're going to get into it. Okay guys, so here are all of the brushes, and I'm just going to start kind of running through them pretty quickly. This is the 136. It is a very sharply angled brush, and I have been using this mostly for concealer underneath the eyes since it fits right under my eye with that angle really, really well. So far, so good. Next up, I've been using this Kabuki brush. This is the 135, and it kind of dips in the middle. It's kind of hard to tell, but it kind of goes in a little bit. It's a little bit smaller than my other Kabuki brushes, but I have been using this to kind of blend in my foundation. And what I find best is to just use circular motions, but this has applied it very, very flawlessly. It's just a little bit smaller, so it takes a little bit longer, but works really well. This little guy is the 142, and I really just used this to apply my brows, and that did not work out very well. This is really, I believe, a lip brush, so I will have to test this out and see how it works, but not really sure about this one. This is the 140, and it's a very, very long blending brush. I tried to use this as eyeshadow blender, but that did not work. I really use this more for highlight, precise highlighting, and it works really great for that. This is the 141, and this one is just a really thick kind of shader brush. So I've been using to pack on shadow or to blend out things because it's kind of, like I said, pinched. I use it to kind of blend out my nose sometimes, or blend out smaller parts, or to pack on shadow, but it is kind of large, so you gotta be careful. This is the 139, and this one is another just kind of very small Kabuki. So you could use this to blend out concealer when you have maybe certain redness you're trying to conceal, like, or small pimples or areas that you're just trying to cover up. I didn't use this one so much, but it can be useful when you're trying to do small concealing. Now this is the 134. I've really enjoyed this one because it's a very small squeezed kind of angled brush, but not too angled, and I've been using this to apply blush very precisely. I've been using this to blend out contour and bronzer very precisely. So this one I feel like is very multi-purpose, and I like how small it is. It really makes application very, very precise with it. So the 134 I've really enjoyed. And then this is the 133. I've just been using this for powder. I really, it's very kind of tapered, so it's just been a light dusting of powder, and it just kind of does good. It's very quickly to apply. It's smaller than a lot of my powder brushes, but it's not bad. It works just fine. And then last but not least, this is the 138. This is also kind of a unique brush because it's angled and pinched. So you can kind of see it squeezed in the center, but it's angled. I have been using this to apply powder to underneath my eye area. I also think you could blend out concealer underneath your eye area with this, or you could even kind of blend out precise maybe concealer or bronzer with it, because it's very small, but it's very specialized. With that angle, you can really get into a lot of corners and grooves, so I do like this one a lot. So I almost forgot one more brush. This is the 137, and it's pretty much the same as the last one, except it's a little bit bigger. So you can kind of see they're angled and pinched on the same side. And again, this one can be good for applying powder in large areas, maybe underneath the eyes, or blending out concealer as well, or just helping with the contour. So I think it's just depending on what you use, what size brushes you like to use. I still think if you're a beginner, Sculpt and Blend Set 1 is definitely where you need to go to get your basic brushes. But if you're more into sculpting and highlighting and contouring, this might be a really good kit to help you get those maybe smaller brush sizes to fit the areas that you need. And everybody likes something different, so I'll be playing more around with those, but so far so good. But I don't know if I necessarily need them. They're just really extra in helping me be more precise with contouring and highlighting. Okay guys, next up I got this BH Cosmetics Studio Pro. This is their waterproof brow pomade, and they have a couple of different shades out there. This is what it looks like. It's just a pot, and it is in the shade Auburn. So this has got a little bit of red in it, a little bit of brown red. I wasn't really sure because I'm not exactly auburn, but I'm not exactly too dark either. So this is what it looks like in the pot. You can see I've been using it, starting to dig in there. I used it today, and I've used it twice, and the first time I used the wrong brush, but then I used a small angled brush, which is always the best when applying, I think, pomades to your eyebrows. And I really like how it looks. I mean, I'm not sure if the color is exact for me. Like I said, it might be a little bit light, maybe a little bit red, but I don't mind it. I think it actually goes okay. It went on really great. So far, so good. I really, really like it, and I've been really enjoying brow pomades in general. I've been trying samples from the Anastasia one, which is also awesome, but this is a much affordable price. I think this one is the $7 to $8 range for these brow pomades, and you do get a ton in the jar. So far, I love it. So guys, next up is another little BH Cosmetics product. This is their Smooth Canvas, and this is supposed to be long wear eye primer. And this is in the shade Veil. This is their very lightest shade. And in my last haul, I got Malt, which is a little bit darker. And I couldn't get this one because this one was the lightest and it was sold out. So if you want to take a close-up look, this is what it says on the back, Smooth Canvas. That's I guess what they're calling these. And as you can see, this one is not matte. This one's a little bit more shimmery, and it's a little bit lighter. So this does a little covering, but it doesn't cover as much as Malt does, which makes me really, really like Malt. But you can kind of see, like, it's kind of a beigey champagne. And again, you just put this all over your eye as a primer, and it really does work with sticking the eye or keeping the eyeshadows on. I compare these a lot to MAC's paint pots. I'm not sure exactly which one or which color this one would be considered in MAC paint pot, because Painterly in paint pot is close to Malt from BH. But Veil, I don't really know what I could compare this to. It's kind of a light champagne white, and it does do a great job. It definitely keeps those shadows on, and I've used it, and I've really, really liked these. And again, these are a lot more affordable than your MAC paint pots, which are going to be, I think, 20 plus. These are around $7 to $8, depending on, you know, what sales they're running. But I really like these, and frankly, they have not a huge range. I think they have like 5 to 7 shades, but I prefer Malt because it does better at covering. This one does really nice if you want kind of like more of a, not strong shimmer, but a little bit of a shimmer, white or gold. Now, next up, I wanted to try some of BH Cosmetics liquid lipsticks. I've heard really, really good things from people, and they also just came out with their liquid metallics. So I got 1 metallic and then 2 just regular liquid lipsticks, and I'm going to go ahead and show you swatches. Okay guys, the first one up is in the shade Samantha, and this is a beautiful, just kind of like pink lilac, a very, very dusty color. I'm actually wearing this on my lips today, and I absolutely love it. This stuff, I had heard was really, really good. It stays a long, long time. This will not come off your lips, even when you eat. I had lunch today, and I didn't even reapply, and it's still there. Now, the one thing I'll say about these do definitely sink into all of your cracks in your lips. So mine do, like, you know, you can definitely see my cracks close up, but I don't necessarily mind it. This is very long wearing. It does what it says it's going to do. It does dry down a little bit, and it still feels slightly tacky, but again, it's not going to transfer. It's not going to move. I just like it because the longevity is really there, and it doesn't feel terrible on the lips or anything. Like, I don't feel like it's bothering me. It's not so dried down that it's, you know, like you feel it. I don't really feel it once it's on and once it sets. And so again, this is in the shade Samantha. I'll go ahead and give you a swatch. and it's pretty opaque in one coat. Like you don't really have to like layer this too much. And I'm a big fan of this color. It's so hard buying things online because you never know if these shades are going to work out for you. This next one is Muse, and this is more of like a dusty nude, and I'm not sure, this might be too light for me, but I thought why not? I saw a lot of swatches online and I thought I would give it a shot. So it's actually a little bit darker than I thought. It's more of just a nude color. It leans a little bit more lilac to me, but I don't mind that. I really like kind of light lilac-y gray purple shades. So I am really curious to see how that works out for me, but I think it will do well because it's dark enough. It's not going to kind of like look too nude on me. And then last is our liquid metal lipstick, and this is in the shade Lovely, or Lovey, L-O-V-E-Y. And so I'm very curious to see how this one's going to look, because there weren't a lot of really, okay, so that one's more of like a kind of a rose gold, a really a rosy gold, which is really nice. I don't mind that at all. I think that shade's gonna actually look pretty good on me. You can see the shine on that metallic. It's gonna look really, really cool. I feel like metallics are all the rage right now, so I always like to try them, and this was the only color that stuck out to me. So these are their liquid lipsticks. Okay guys, and then one of my favorite things that I got from this haul is their Modern Neutrals 28 color eyeshadow palette. And these palettes are quite large. You get really, really big pan sizes. And this Modern Neutral, they're all mattes, but what really attracted me to this palette, here it is in person, it's got a nice clear cover. These pans are really big size. I mean, I feel like you get a lot of product. And another thing that really attracted me was these colors are very fall-esque. I mean, you get a lot of like oranges up here, there's blues down here, and there's purples. I really, really like it. And then you've got your browns as well. So I feel like you can make a lot of really, really pretty looks with this. I'm going to go ahead and try to swatch these for you today quickly so we can talk a little bit about the shadow. But I think that these hold their pigment. I think they are pigmented. I'm wearing all of these on my eyes today. And even though they're matte, they blend well, but they don't lose their color. They don't get muddy like the Lorac ones that I kind of complained about last time. So I really appreciate that about these shadows, and I believe these palettes are $10 to $12, again, depending on what sale's going on. So I find them to be really affordable. This is the second palette that I have gotten that's like a matte palette. The other one is just like a neutral one, completely neutral shades, and I love that one too. And this one has been no disappointment as well. It's been awesome. So I'm going to go ahead and swatch these for you. These are the first two rows, and as you can see, you know, they're all mattes. I think they're pretty good pigment. I mean, like I said, they worked really well on my eyes today, and while it's, you know, easier to see them, you know, in their first swatch, I really, really like how they blend, and I love how they hold their color. You're not going to get them muddled, which is really, really important. So this is the first two rows. Guys, so these are the last two rows, and again, I don't think they're swatching incredibly well, but to be honest, these mattes are really, really nice. I've used a multitude of them, and like I said, they are creamy, but they don't have a lot of fallout, which I find to be very, very good. That's kind of like a happy medium. You need to be creamy, but not too creamy where they're falling apart and then they're falling off of your eyes, or they're just, you know, have a lot of extra fallout. So like I said, I don't love how they're swatching on my hand, but lately I've noticed with mattes, they don't have to swatch great on your hand. They have to work well with your brush and on your eyes. And I also like that they're, it's a good color range. I feel like they give you really good fall colors, and the formula is awesome. So you can't really go wrong there. I am a big fan of this palette so far. I've worn these, this look a couple of times, and I'm actually going to be doing a Get Ready With Me video featuring these. So stay tuned for that. But as you can see, like, I've swatched them. There's not a lot of fallout. You don't see a lot of dust on this pan because there's really not a lot there. And And I don't know, it's kind of weird how things don't necessarily swatch well, but they work well on the eyes. And then sometimes they swatch really well and then they don't necessarily work well on your eyes because they blend out and they get muddy or they have a lot of fallout. So I'm a big fan of these and they're very, very affordable. Now, last in this palette, I got this free. This is the Ultimate Lips 28 color lip palette, and I have to say I'm not really that excited about this, and that's only because I am really, really picky about my lipstick, and I don't really use like potted lip stuff. I normally will just prefer a lipstick tube. That's just how I am, but I'm sure this has some really a wide range of colors. And I will have to definitely try some of these out. You'll have to let me know, have you used this yet? I really don't want to dip into it because I'm just not ready to have lipstick all over my hand tonight. But I haven't used this. I will give it a shot, but this is just not my favorite way to apply lipstick with a brush. I'm just not as good at it. I don't know, it's a preference thing. But I got this for free, and sometimes you do get free product when you buy a certain amount or they're running special deals. Like I said, they have a variety of stuff and I really, really do like this brand. So you guys will have to let me know, have you bought anything recently from BH Cosmetics that you are loving, or what are you interested in if you are trying to learn about BH Cosmetics and you might be looking to purchase something. Let me know what you're interested in. And if you have any comments, please leave them below. I love to talk to you guys there. So thanks so much for watching and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!